Statistics South Africa expected to release its quarterly labour force survey for the fourth quarter of 2022. Business reporter Ntokozo Khumalo out in Pretoria at the offices of StatsSA. Ntokozo, good morning to you. The unemployment rate has seen 4 consecutive drops. Are we expecting, or at least hoping for, more of the same in the fourth quarter of 2022?
Good morning, Goli. Yes, indeed. I think it's a bit of a mixed reaction or mixed expectations there with, of course, analysts and economists saying that they are expecting a little bit of a drop again in the fourth quarter for 2022, but that would have been largely driven by festive season spending. Just how large that drop in the unemployment rates will be, we're about to hear in about the next 30 minutes or so. And as you rightfully said, we do come from 4 consecutive drops, with third quarter numbers seeing a 1% drop to about 32.9%. But the extended definition of unemployment, which includes those that have stopped looking for work, stands more at about 42%. So unemployment remaining a huge issue for the country. The labor force currently it's just under 16 million people. So it would be a welcome move by South Africans if we did see a drop in the unemployment rate for the fourth quarter of 2022. And when we look at where some of those job losses were seen, of course, manufacturing being one of the sectors that really shed those jobs in the third quarter. But we saw gains in sectors including the losses were in actually mining and agricultural activities, while manufacturing saw some gains. So a drop in the fourth quarter would definitely be welcomed, Goli.
Youth unemployment remains the Achilles heel for government in its efforts to try and find innovative solutions to the question of youth unemployment. What are the issues when it comes to trying to absorb young people into jobs?
Early youth unemployment has certainly been at crisis points for a very long time. In fact, I know we are talking about it since last year as the number continues to increase from about half of young people under 35 being unemployed. And now that number is reaching closer to 60%. And as my colleague Udumisang Ndlovu, who spoke to the SA Youth Economic Council earlier on today, saying that, you know, some of the issues remains that skilled and educated youth, some of the solutions that are brought are more short-term solutions where young people are brought into contract-like work that lasts for 6 months to a year, which to a lot of organizations is really not enough experience, to take those youth on long-term and to see them build up their career. And yesterday, Goli, I actually spoke to a mother and son, so the mother being over 40 and the son being under 35, and so the different obstacles that they face when it comes to securing employment, and young people saying that fine, even if we're saying, we're not expecting for governments to now create jobs for us, we are going to create our own opportunities and choose to be entrepreneurial. Issues like load shedding, water rationing, remaining challenges for even those young people who are saying we are willing to step up and see where we can find our own opportunities. Of course, we heard in Cyril Ramaphosa's State of the Nation address, as well as Finance Minister's Enoch Gondogwane when he tabled the budget last week, saying that more innovative solutions are definitely needed when it comes to creating those solutions for young people, and that includes bringing the private sector into the fray. And a little bit later on, after we've heard those numbers, I will be talking to a company that is trying to make that dent when it comes to recruiting young people. And the youth unemployment issue, Goli, has been a concern for well over 15 years. I was reading through, a newsletter that was released by the Department of Communication negotiations at around 2014, and it was really the same issues that we are still struggling with 10 years later. So it will be interesting to see how government actually works with the private sector to take those policies and actually make them work so that we can see a reduction in those youth unemployment numbers. It is a ticking time bomb because, young people are essential when it comes to the future of the country and the future economic growth of the nation.
Ntokozo Khumalo, our business reporter, live for us in Pretoria ahead of the release of the Labour Force Survey, Quarter 4 numbers expected today.